My name is Quincy Dermody. I'm the Assistant Country Director for Programs at Amethyst.
أنا اسمي خالد أبو بكر. أنا مدير التدريب في أمديست. Quincy, can you give a very brief idea about the fair? What is it about? What's the purpose of holding this fair?
Sure.
الهدف الأساسي من الفير إن احنا بنعرف الطلبة بأكبر عدد ممكن من الجامعات في أمريكا، وجامعات كتيرة متواجدة النهاردة علشان تقدر تدي معلومات أكتر عن الدراسة وكل فرص الدراسة سواء كانت مدفوعة أو منح. And as far as you can remember, how many
We have 20 universities here
بتقول إنه النهارده
American
موجود 20 جامعة. هدفهم الأساسي إن هم يحاولوا يلاقوا فرص لأكبر عدد ممكن من الطلبة المصريين إن هم يدرسوا في الجامعات في أمريكا. Okay, can you remember some of the names of some of the universities that are here? No?
Let's see. We have universities in multiple states. We have universities from Connecticut and Kansas. We have American universities with campuses in Madrid in Spain, with campuses in Switzerland. We have universities from Chicago. We have a wide range of universities here today.
Of the fair, what's the majority of أنا سألت عن مين الفئة المستهدفة في
The colleges and universities who are here today have programs for undergraduate students
في ثانوية عامة على وشك إنهم يدخلوا جامعة أو حتى طلبة مخلصين جامعة وعايزين يدرسوا دراسات عليا. بالنسبة للسن غالبية الموجودين النهاردة من سن 18، بس في ناس كمان مش عدد كبير، بس في ناس موجودين من نص الثلاثينات، يعني اللي هم مخلصين جامعة وبيدوروا على منح دراسية أو فرص دراسة للدراسات العليا ماجستير وكده. We will meet college representatives today. When do we expect them to be enrolled in American universities, and how can we help them throughout the process from the beginning?
So one of the services that Amethyst provides to Egyptian students
من الأدوار الأساسية اللي هو بيقوم بيها إن هو بيساعد الطلبة اللي عايزين يدرسوا بره. النهارده معظم موجودين هيقابلوا ممثلين الجامعات هيعرفوا منهم معلومات كتير جدا عن الدراسة، ازاي يقدموا. أمديست دوره بيجي في المرحلة بتاعة التقديم على الدراسة، بيساعد الناس كتير جدا في الخطوات بتاعة التقديم، غير ان واحد بيقدم لوحده وبيبقى زي منه للجامعة، فده بياخد منه وقت. متوقع ان الناس اللي هتبتدي تقدم في الفترة الجاية من بعد الفير النهاردة يبتدوا دراسة السنة الجاية. هيبقى غالبا الديدلاين آخر ميعاد للتقديم في معظم جامعات أمريكا بيبقى ديسمبر 2014. فمتوقع الناس دول يبتدوا في الترم اللي بعد كده اللي هو السبرينج، الربيع يعني، اللي هو يبتدي تقريبا في نص مارس أو الإبريل. Do we expect any kind of difficulties that the applicants might face while applying for opportunities in universities?
Egypt has a lot of excellent students, and so what we always advise them is the process for completing the application. It is very important and it is different from the process of Egypt.
لأن نظام التقديم على جامعات في أمريكا مختلف كتير عن مصر. الطلبة محتاجين إن هم يعرفوا كويس إزاي يقدموا نفسهم، لأن عملية يملى الابليكيشن ويبتدي يمشي في عملية التقديم نفسها محتاجة منه إن هو يقدم نفسه بشكل يقنع الجامعة إن هي تقبل.
You've given some sort of thought to what you're going to do after your program is complete. So have an idea about that. Be thinking about it now because it's something you will probably be asked in the interview. A very important piece is we'll be looking to make sure you can afford the program that you want to attend. I would advise you to bring, some sort of evidence of your ability to pay for the program. If it looks like you can't pay for the program, then there's a good chance you might not get that visa. So bring, documentation showing you can pay. However, I would caution you against just bringing a bank statement. I could probably go pay 10 Ghanaian to get a bank statement that shows I'm a millionaire, right? So the bank statement itself isn't going to be enough. We're going to talk about just, how you can pay for it. So be prepared to discuss that, okay? So some tips for a successful interview. Number one, I would say to be honest, okay? You want to be that's going to help you relax if you're being honest. And we do a lot of interviews, and we can tell when someone is maybe trying to avoid a topic or to tell us something that may not be true. And a lot of times that gets the person in trouble because maybe they're trying to hide, something that's, if they were to tell us that, it would be okay, they could get the visa. But because they're trying to hide something that makes us suspect the entire interview, and that can cause problems. So be honest about everything, okay? And I do have to tell you also that actually lying during your interview can create a permanent ineligibility for a visa, okay? So it is a very serious interview in that sense. Just be honest and you'll be relaxed and the interview will go much better. Going hand in hand with that, try to relax. I know that it's, a lot of people are going to be nervous, and that's okay to be nervous, but try your best to relax. Know that you've prepared for this. You've thought a lot about which school you want to go to. Any question that you were to be asked, you're going to have an easy answer for because you've thought about this. You're prepared. This isn't something that you thought about last night, okay? And then finally, double check to make sure before you come that you have all your documents in order. You've paid all of your fees. You've paid the application fee for the interview, which of course you would have had to get to that point, but also that you've paid this other fee that I mentioned. It's called a SEVIS fee, S-E-V-I-S. Sometimes students don't pay that fee, and if you get all the way to that step, to the interview, and you haven't paid your fee to the university, then you can't get a visa. You have to go and wait and come back with proof. So make sure that you've looked at that website that I mentioned, ustraveldocs.com/EG, and that you've gone through all those steps, okay? So be prepared, bring all your documents. But wait until we ask for them. Sometimes we have documents coming out of our face and it's a little jarring. Okay, and then finally, if your visa is issued, okay, you should receive it within 1 to 2 weeks, okay? Now I say you should receive it in 1 to 2 weeks. Does that mean you should wait for your interview until your school starts the next week and you come in and say, my school starts next week, I need my visa? First thing I'm going to say is, why doesn't look like you've prepared? Why did you not do this earlier? Were you not planning ahead? It's not a good indication. So, but once it is issued, it should arrive within 1 to 2 weeks. And it'll arrive at the Airmex office that you selected on your application. All those steps are explained online. You also can enter the United States. You can actually go, once you have your visa, you can go on an F1 about 30 days before on an M1 or a J1. You can go and get settled. If you're bringing family, you can start getting settled, go to the grocery store, do all that kind of stuff. And it's 60 days on an F1 is the current regulation. So you can go about a month or two early before the program starts. Of course, that also can be more expensive, but that's up to you. If your visa is not approved, you will be given a reason. It'll be, the reason, however, will be in a letter. It'll explain the section of US law that your visa was refused under, okay? When there is a refusal, sometimes people want a very specific reason. And there's not always a very specific answer. There's not always a specific reason. But you will be provided a piece of paper that shows which section of US law it was refused under. And it's nothing personal. It's just sometimes people aren't fully qualified. Maybe they haven't thought out their program. Maybe their program started last week and it's not a good indication that you're going to be very successful in it. And that, so you can always apply again. Often you will want to wait till something has changed. Maybe you've prepared more. Maybe you are applying more in advance, something like that. But a refusal usually is not permanent. Sometimes it can be, but most of the time you can apply again. But it's usually wise to wait until, if you were refused, there was a reason. Wait until something changes. Maybe you've given it more thought, something like that. Okay, sometimes something happens where we have to do more administrative processing on your visa. And in that case, you will be told you have to do more administrative processing, and you'll have to wait longer to get your visa. How long you have to wait is really out of our hands. We don't know. It just takes it takes longer. It can take up to a few months longer, okay? This is why you don't want to be applying the week before you want to start your program, because sometimes it can take a while. This is the U.S. Embassy's the Embassy in Egypt's website. This is where you'll actually go to schedule your interview, okay? Well, to go through the steps of scheduling your interview. But you can get to this website from the one I told you about earlier, okay? ustraveldocs.com/EG. And so if you're in that stage of administrative processing where you have to wait and you don't know when it's going to be ready, we're going to give you a piece of paper and it's going to have a website on it and it's going to have your case number. And you can go on there and see exactly what your status is. And when it says ready, then you'll follow the instructions to send us the passport. We'll complete the visa and we'll send it back. Unfortunately, you won't have a time frame. You'll have to keep checking that website every week, and when it's ready, then it's ready. So that's again why it's so important to apply early, okay? Okay, that's all I have. Again, I'll reiterate one more time, ustraveldocs.com/EG. /EG. Yeah.